Hey, you guys, this is Follow My Synergy. I had some theme music. I don't know what the fuck happened. And I say fuck. I guess so. It's happening. Anyway, some of y'all might know me, some of y'all might not. I am a part of the podcast Drunk on the Mic from Washington, and so I've always been in the game. Um, I go by a few names, but that's a whole nother story. What brings me to this vlog is that I watch a lot of independent movies, ghetto movies, Sundance movies, and I always wanted to vlog the movies or do like some foodie stuff. And so there was this one particular movies that I saw, and I was like, I have to talk about it. I have to talk about it. So it is called She Get the Money. It's by Diamonds and Gold Movies. Excuse me. You can tell I took notes. And it was an awesome movie. I'm not gonna lie, when I first watched it, because I'm the type of person that I don't, not all the time I'm watching the movie. I'm, listening to the movie. It doesn't really paint an illustration, but I can understand like what is going on in the movie when I'm listening, especially when I'm cleaning. So when I first had watched the movie, I seen like a little preview, and I was like, this shit is gonna be corny. It's gonna be another hoodwink movie. It's just gonna be ghetto as fuck, okay? I follow a few people that are on Instagram because I watched the movie. They leave their platforms. Some I really am really cool with as far as, Instagram and social media. But for some reason, this one, I was like, I can't get into it. So I never stopped playing it, and I started cleaning and stuff, and then I was listening. I was like, they're really talking about some shit. So basically, it should be a book. I'm not even gonna lie, it should be a book. I don't read books. Last book I read was The Coldest Winter Ever, and it low key reminded me of that. I had to actually rewind it because, like I said, when I first started watching, I was like, man, that's some bullshit. But as I started listening to the story and the plot, I was like, okay. So when I did rewind it and I actually sat down, I smoked me wine, I was eating, I got done cleaning and stuff. I sat down, and it's about a story. I took it two ways. It's about it's a pimp hole story, but coming from being retired of 10 plus years of the game and being an entrepreneur and stuff like that, using the same mentality on different platforms. Not the greasy part, I'm talking about the business part of it. I understood it. It gave me kind of goosebumps, because it's like nowadays these young people, they, you'll hear me say certain things, so please don't be offended. I don't care if you are, but don't be offended, because there's those one-minded people. But being a part of the game, nowadays the game has a black eye. Like, people are doing stuff they have no business doing. And to see this movie, it was truly authentic. It was truly old school. It low-key told these young girls how to hoe. And how it didn't tell these young men how to pimp, but it told them how to, I'm not gonna say show them, told them how to, what your characteristics should be. Because I listen to a lot of local artists, and there's only a handful that I will bump because I know that they really do that. And a lot of these young men and these young women are out here perpetrating on some stuff that they have no business. They have no business. Now, I'm not telling these old school pimps, I have to cross my hands for this one, to be, educating them how to abuse the young people and this and that. But the truth of the matter is, sometimes it's really in you and not on you. Sometimes it really is, and there's people that's trying it on and can't afford it. But this movie right here, when I listen to it, a woman is narrating it, and she tells the story of the man, but through a woman's eyes, and how the game supposed to be. Okay. The part that really, it's gonna sound so jacked up. The part that really just gave me goosebumps was his demeanor. Okay, his demeanor wasn't slap no female, talk reckless. He said what he was supposed to say. The first shocker was, I'm not gonna tell the movie, but the first shocker was He didn't hit his women, but he had her choke the crap out of herself. Now, in my mind, I'm like, how do you choke the hell out of yourself? But when someone, not necessarily man or woman, but when someone has the mind, the body will follow. So she may not have been choking herself like, oh, I'm going to kill myself. But the thought of her in her mind saying, I am choking myself because I love, obey, and trust this man. And I'd have choked myself too if you'd find out why he made her choke herself. And the other shocker, and it pertained to him, was, once again, I'm not going to tell the story. He made a girl eat her money. Okay? When these niggas and these mofos be like, put your money where your mouth is, she did something out of pocket, which I understood where she was coming from, but I understood where he was coming from. But he don't put his hands on women. So he literally was like, bitch, eat that money. And she was like, nigga, please. And she ate that money, and he gave her some water. I shouldn't be laughing, but he gave her some water to wash it down. He said, because you want to play with my time and my money and my time, eat this. So, there was some low-key guidelines and rules of how the game's supposed to be. Like I said, I'm not saying for people who are very influenced to go and learn and be like, this is what I do. But I'm saying if you are already in pursuit and you listening to these rappers and look at it, you're like, where's the real ones? Because, the most of the real ones are dead and gone or in jail for enslavement, entrapment, trafficking, you name it. I could go on. I'm just choosing not to tell all the business. But there is some that got away, such as Jay Prince, and I ain't gonna drop no names, but it is what it is, and they written books, they used what they had and put it on a different platform in a different form, and if you are in pursuit and you just happen to be on YouTube, it's called She Gets the Money, and I'm telling you, from the beginning to the end, once I actually sat down and realized what I was watching, I was just like, to the point where my dude walked in, he was like, every time I turn around, you're watching these pimp hole movies. You want to get back in the game? No, I don't want to get back in the game, but it lets me know that I ain't crazy. Because sometimes I'll be having to pull my young people to the side and be like, you fucked her before you got the money? And all she gave you was $40? You should have gave her the $40. Okay? So, the last shocker experience that makes me hope and pray that there's going to be a part 2 or even a book was the mind control of the game. I don't even want to give it away because I believe it's like an hour and some change, but it's worth every hour and some change. Was they had knocked this female, I can't remember her name, I ain't gonna tell you her name because then you'll be looking for it. And her old folks had ran up on her and her new wifey and was like, baby, baby, baby. And her wifey was like, got on the phone and did what she was supposed to and was like, hey, this nigga's down here. And the bra wasn't out of pocket, but she had her head down, but she still had too much to say. So the ex-folks leaves. The new folks, the new daddy comes along and he says, oh, what's going on? I don't think you should do that. He ain't like, bitch, what's up? He's talking to her real polite, talk to me nice. So then he tells his bottom, like, go be busy for a second. Let me talk to her. So he talks to her. He's like, man, like, why? But she explained, you'll see the movie. She explained why, not to him, but to the wifey. So then out of nowhere, the old folks walks up, right? And they, they, peace, like gentlemen. And so he's like, well, she want to come home. And, and the girl's like, well, I appreciate everything you did on some real, First of all, back in the day, she wouldn't even been there. She'd be, mind your business, go get this money because you didn't chose up. But for the movie's sake, they did it real proper. It just gave me chills because they don't do that no more. Niggas want to kill each other and do stupid stuff behind a broad that's going to run off of you in 72 hours, maybe 48, hell, 24 these days. They don't even do the 30-day trial, none of that no more. And he was like, all right, I've been served. I accept that. So when they walked off, he had this saying. It's a mind control thing. I love it. I'm not even gonna give it away. But as she's walking away, he said, hey, now say now. Turn around so you can see who he turned down. And he quoted this mind control thing that made her turn around and be like, I ain't going nowhere. I know that was a lot to say, but you have to watch it to understand where it's like, oh my God. Oh my God. And it's just I don't know the dude's name. He plays the dude who directs it. He's the actual pimp in the movie. And I just want to thank him for not for edifying or empowering, glorifying and pimping, but for making an authentic movie. It was no bars hold. There was no you didn't tell on nobody or the situation. But you painted a picture. You painted a picture for people like me who's retired. Thank you, Lord. Because the game ain't the same. And you let people know that the game's not dead. It's just moved different. And it also gave a platform to these young folks that's out here making your hoes your baby's mamas and, doing all kinds of stupid stuff, not educating yourself. You just listening to this music. And half these rappers you're listening to, I said it, fuck it, don't even do what they do. I just watched a documentary maybe about a year or two ago when Too Short said that he don't even pimp. He just the Mac. He don't, females will do it because of who he is in his platform. But all that shit he talk about, he don't do. Okay. So in Washington, Seattle, Washington, we have a lot of watered down, but a lot of the thoroughbred stumped down that might slap you because you really tested their ism. We have those here. So please share, do, like, subscribe, go watch the movie. Let them know that you've seen a review on Drunk on the Mic and Seattle loves you. So that's my conclusion. Go watch it. It's called She Gets the Money. And I loved it.